Why was Pete Hegseth chosen, nominated, appointed to be defense secretary when his only experience, yeah, he was in the military. I don't really care. He has a history of abusive behavior, alcoholism, and was like a weekend anchor at Fox. But Trump likes the way he looks, so he thinks he's qualified to be defense secretary, which is insane. He is not capable of fulfilling this role, in a way that would protect our troops and make smart decisions. And it turns out that he has made all sorts of ridiculous, boastful assertions that aren't based in reality at all. So US officials and analysts argue that Hegseth is actually doing damage to the military by making these untrue claims to the public, which include that the US has control over the Iranian skies. Does it look like the US has control over Iranian skies? Or that the airspace over Iran is uncontested? Okay, so making matters worse, he's not being honest with Trump, okay? So that was something that was percolating in the media just last week. Susie Wiles was basically telling people in Trump's cabinet, like, yo, you guys need to be a little more honest with Trump about how this war is going. And one administration official told the Washington Post that Pete is not speaking truth to the president. As a result, the president is out there repeating misleading information. Though Hegseth has claimed for weeks that Iran has no air defenses and could do nothing about US air incursions, Trump acknowledged during his White House news conference Monday that a shoulder-fired, heat-seeking missile downed an F-15 that left 2 US airmen temporarily stranded deep inside Iranian territory. Quote, he got lucky. It was a lucky hit, Trump said. Now, we covered that so-called rescue mission on the show. I genuinely think that considering how deep within Iran our service members were, considering that they were in a very mountainous region of Iran, and considering the insane number of aircraft and military assets that were in the area at the time, they weren't there for a rescue mission. I think they were there to try to get the so-called enriched uranium, and that special operation failed. That is my speculation, because things don't add up. And to be quite honest with you guys, I don't trust anything that's coming out of the Trump administration. They've already been caught in so many lies. Iran also shot down an A-10 attack plane last Friday. Luckily, the pilot survived and made it back to safety. Hegseth's analysis also contradicts what General Dan Kane, who's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, has been saying. He does not believe that the US military can use Iranian airspace without fear of attack. So it is terrifying that our Secretary of Defense is just engaging in magical thinking and lying not just to the public, but to the President of the United States about what is currently going on. That puts our service members in harm's way.
Yeah. So when Pete Hegseth says we have uncontested control of Iranian airspace, well, this facts speak for themselves. So not only was that F-15 knocked down, but another plane was hit as well. Luckily, they got to safety and before the pilot ejected in an allied country. And then the operation that Anna's talking about, we lost at least 2 C-130s and 2 helicopters. And they say it's because they landed in a place they couldn't take off from again. Maybe, but it's also possible that, yeah, they were going for their enriched uranium and they got shot down. So, I mean, we've lost at least 6 vehicles over Iranian airspace within the last week. Doesn't seem uncontested to me. So, yeah, there's no question that the Iranians still have capabilities and Hegseth is lying through his teeth.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.